Hey Aries, welcome to your 2026 General Tarot reading. Thank you for being here with me. My name is Coco and this is Birdsong Musings Tarot. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. I hope that you consider subscribing and staying updated on the future readings that I put out. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another reading. Now this is a general reading, so it's not going to connect with absolutely everybody out there all of the time who has an Aries sun, moon, or rising. We are going to look at what you can expect, generally speaking, what you're going to see more of, advice for yourself. We're going to take a look at what you're leaving behind in 2025, what you're moving towards in 2026, your hopes, your fears, your strengths, your challenges. So lots of cards here, obviously. Let's just get right into it. First, we're going to see what the theme, kind of what you're experiencing overall. Number 48, wishing well. I think things are changing a lot for you. You got storm fields underneath, and I'm guided to take that because there's something here unspoken of with this card, I was being told. So we'll see what else comes out for you. What can you expect, Aries, in 2026? Generally speaking, what's the theme going on here? A lot of planets are moving into Aries in 2026, so I feel like it's going to be a really interesting year for you. Number 8 again showing up there, and the number 26, which is funny. Let's get your advice. What advice do you have for these Aries, please? Thank you. Be careful is your advice. We're just going to go ahead and pull all the cards now, and then we're going to talk things through in just a moment. Now they are showing me children's toys. So you might have children or you might have grandchildren. You might work with children or be around kids, because they were showing me like a little truck, like little toys. You've got number 36, the keeper of beginnings. Yeah, definitely feel like that makes a lot of sense. What are these Aries advised to do to prepare for the new year? How can they best prepare for 2026? Here's your advice. Okay, you got a lot of cards coming out. Your advice is to protect yourself and to work with the new moon. That's also connected to this beginnings card. 2026 is a year that adds up to 10, or also the number 1 in numerology. So in numerology, there's no difference between the numbers 10 and 1, because in every end is a beginning. They're really wrapped up in each other. So you are experiencing that in 2026, as are a lot of other signs. A lot of other people are also experiencing that. It's a wrap up of a cycle. So things are wrapping up or beginning anew, starting fresh. Okay. You've got the hedge card. Yeah, there's definitely a cautionary tale coming out here that I was picking up on in my meditations for you. So let's just dive right in, and then we'll get your tarot cards in a moment. You've got the numbers 48 and 9, wishing well, and storm fields in your general theme of the year. This is saying that chaos and conflict may ensue because things are getting reshuffled, reworked. There are some external circumstances that are out of your control in the year that are going to rearrange how life looks. And I'm not sure in what way that's going to look, but you know, it's just coming out here. But it works out in a good way because wishing well is here. You see that there is a well here of all your wishes, and this person has kind of thrown their coins there, has kind of saved up everything that they have there, and they're leaving it and saying, you know what, I'm trusting the process. I'm going to trust that whatever is happening here is happening in my best interest. And there are definitely some things that are going to unfold in 2026 that have you purposely rearrange your life. So this may be, again, external circumstances. It may be you feeling a new desire for something. So this card speaks to desire and new beginning. Beginning something by putting your wish in a well. That's really kind of like the intention going into the well. And you'll see here there's a mask. So it's almost like you're trying to become somebody new or create something new out of this new beginning, new intention, not sure. But this year is going to have you push to do that, push to start new. And you may be starting new in a certain realm of your life, or you may just be feeling like, you know what, I need to shake things up. I'm going to go for a new job, or, I'm going to move home, move to a different place. So maybe just in one part of your life, or it may be your whole entire life getting reshuffled. You've also got community card here, number 8, as well as happy number 26. And that's funny, 2026 right here. So this is all working out in your favor. Really, you're going to have good times in the year. It's not without its challenges. It's not without its storm fields. I do feel like these are things that are happening outside of your control that are either constraining you and then having you needing to make decisions to find your way out of certain situations. Or this is you saying, actually, I'm going to shake things up. Things need to change around here, because it feels like it's every day is a storm. Every day is a storm. And so I just need to shake things up because I can't keep, doing it this way. And the community card speaks to you having a really good time with connecting with people in your life. This is a theme of your year. So you may feel like you need more community. But the happy card is here. So I'm inclined to say that you're actually gaining community, gaining connections, feeling more connected to your neighbors, to your family and your friends. You're spending more time, you're balancing your life more, not doing so much work. Maybe you're taking more vacation and investing more in this part of your life. So that's really lovely to see. You've got the number 8 coming up quite a bit here. So this is number 8 in the 48. You've got 8 here. 26 adds up to 8, and this is a 9. This year in 2026, you're kind of beginning anew with this keeper of beginnings as well, because this is a 9 card as well. 36 adds up to 9. 8, 9 are really present right here in your reading, and those are cards that are at the end. They're almost at the 10, but they're not quite there. So I almost feel like you are not quite settling something. Maybe you, at the end of 2026, are coming up on an ending and a beginning. Maybe something new opens up for you towards the end of 2026. I'm not totally sure, but there is a lot of change, and it's positive. Okay, Aries, it just might not seem positive. It might not feel easy because it's shaking so many things up in your life. This Keeper of Beginnings card has butterflies on it. Butterflies, of course, symbolize transformation, metamorphosis, the cocoon, being in the cocoon, and then having that period of creation and change before emerging as somebody new. I feel like you are in the midst of doing that in 2026. So you are changing everything. You're changing yourself. This is a time to commit to new things, to dare to dream, to take leaps of faith because you're being supported. This is a time to be bold. This is a time to look at your life and say, what do I really want? How can I go for it? Because this year is very, very supportive for that kind of thing. What there will be more of in this year, you've got the Hedge card. This is potential, boundaries, and indecision. So I do feel like you are being given a fork in the road. There's, some choices you need to make in the year. And this kind of goes along with the Stormfields card. It goes along with this be careful advice, because you're told to be careful here. That not everything is as it seems. Not everybody is going to be supportive of this new beginning for you. Maybe you're realizing who your real community is. And you're realizing, oh, there's some people who actually, I don't feel like they are supporting me now. And some relationships may actually close out. This card has the scales on it. So I do often speak of Libra when I see this card, because the beauty of Librans, Libra people, they see both sides of an argument. They're very objective. But the thing is, in life, there's going to be times where you need to make a choice, and you can't say, well, I'll do both, or, I would like to do both. No, there's some kind of thing that you're being told to make a choice about. There's so much potential in the year because there's so much fogginess. It's like you're stepping into the unknown. You're stepping into a time of your life that you haven't experienced before, Aries, and there may be an issue with boundaries. So you may realize in the year, I need more boundaries. I need more boundaries with the people in my life. I need better boundaries with work. And there is a growth of indecision as of right now. So this can change, of course. That's the beauty of tarot. We read current energies. So you may watch this reading and say, okay, I need to be more decisive this year. Let me really try to do that. We're here to guide and help and assist. So that's just coming out here. There's a growth of potential. So there's a growth of the ability to do new things. But with it comes the indecision of, oh, should I do that? Oh, do I have time to do that? It's about analyzing what you want to commit to, really. And this be careful card. Beware of unnaturally kind gestures, sweet intents, and flattering words. Your scenario may not be as transparent or, clear and easy to understand as you think. Avoid unpleasant energies, if possible, especially those who are seemingly threatened or bothered by you. Be careful of some people who have nice things to say about you, but you feel like the energy's off or their actions don't match their words. If there are people who you just feel uneasy around, not unpleasant, but even just uneasy, you feel kind of confused by them. If there are people who are threatened or bothered by you, there's intimidation, there's power dynamics. We will look more closely at this with the cards, but be careful with people like that. Again, tap into who your real community is. Who makes you happy? Who in your community really makes you happy? Because things are some masks are going to fall, I feel like, or you're just going to get tired of certain things. Okay, you're just going to get tired of it. So let's see how you can prepare for the new year. Your first advice is to protect yourself. Again, this boundaries kind of coming up. Your wellness practices, the things that keep you going and keep you healthy and happy. Do you like to do rituals for the new year? Can you focus more on protection rituals as opposed to abundance rituals or community rituals? Can you kind of double down on protection? Because I feel like you may actually have people looking at you and saying bad things about you, Aries, in 2026. And your guides are saying, beware of those people or beware of that in general, because it may actually be happening right now, which is why you might have the protect card. You've also got the new moon. This is so beautiful to see with the keeper of beginnings here, because the new moon is the very beginning of the new lunar cycle. So this is a time to set intentions. Set your intentions for 2026. Your guides really want you to do that, to have a clear head and clear idea of how you want 2026 to unfold, what you want to do, new things you want to commit to, new ideas that you have. It's a beautiful time to do that. And if you can actually work with the first new moon in January, even better, because we have a full moon at the end of December. So we have a full moon to kind of close out the year. Perfect, because the full moon, you kind of think about the culmination of things. You think about, what do I want to leave behind? What am I ready to let go of? What can I shed? Then as we move into January and we get the first new moon, I want to say in the second week of January, that's a beautiful time, great time to really set your intentions and get extra clear on what you want the year to look like and what you want to achieve. So now let's get into your tarot cards and see things more clearly. Well, yeah, okay, you're leaving behind the Knight of Swords. What are you approaching, going towards, Aries, in 2026? What are they moving towards, please? Thank you. King of Cups. Very nice. Interesting, because it's a year of fire in astrology, but you've got the King of Cups. This is a very go-with-the-flow energy. What are their strengths in the year of 2026, please? What are their strengths? Five of Swords. And what are their challenges, please? Thank you. Nine of Swords. Okay, well, it's bound to happen when you have the Stormfields card. The Nine of Swords speaks to insomnia, sleep troubles, so you may actually have trouble getting some good sleep. Also speaks to anxiety and mental health issues, depression, fear about something, fear about a choice or something that's happening in your life that's just keeping you wound up and stressed. I'm going to take a closer look at this. In your strength, you've got the Five of Swords. Your strength is actually your secrecy. Keeping your cards close to your chest because your guides are telling you to be careful. And they're saying that's going to work as your strength. Don't tell everybody what you're doing. Be very careful with whom you share important information. Ooh, you might just experience some manipulation or just some people who are really unpleasant. And it's in your strength to keep things a bit hidden from people who you feel like might not understand what you're going through. Keep things close to your chest in 2026, okay? Interesting messages, but just gotta say what's coming through. What you're leaving behind in 2025 is the Knight of Swords, a year of a lot of changes. And I was just told, like, changes that you didn't really want to have to make, like adapting to things that you maybe feel like you never would have had to adapt to, but this year of 2025 threw you some curveballs. This is also speaking to a lot of emotions that are running high. You may have had a lot of volatile emotions across the year of 2025. The changes may have had you just really anxious or irritated, angry. This may have unfolded in relationships. There may have been harsh words communicated to you or from you. And it's just a speed. It's a speed of like pace where just a lot was going on. Very busy, very busy. And you're actually moving into an energy that's very different. The swords and the cups are extremely different. It's air and water. The King of Cups is somebody who is highly evolved, very mature, and loving. If you're a parent, this is an ideal energy to be in as a parent because this is somebody who is very compassionate and sweet, wears their heart on their sleeve, and has grace for themselves, for other people. And it's an energy of going with the flow. Going with the flow. So maybe 2025 taught you to surrender to changes, taught you to adapt and how to change. And this year you're like, with all the other changes that are going to unfold, you're here like, yeah, I got it. I know how to move with the flow now. I know how to change and adapt because the King of Cups is calm, he's collected, and he's very emotional too. So it might be a year where you feel extra in tune with your emotions. Maybe you're seeing a mental health professional, and so you're just getting into the emotions a bit more. Can you show me this King of Cups with what they're moving towards, please? Can you tell me more about this King of Cups? Thank you. Oh, nice. You've got the womb. This is another very watery card. So yeah, you may very well be a parent or be becoming a parent in 2026. And the Strength card. So it's not without its challenges. That's the number 8 again. The number 8 again, number 9 here again. It's really about how you face the challenges and conflicts. And this year is going to really show you your strengths, I think. And it's a year of creation, of new, of stepping up into this higher version of yourself that really knows what to do and doesn't get afraid, even though you do have fear here. It's like you're learning how to fight against it and go with the flow, and you're learning how to adapt to the changes that come and to the, what is that saying? You're learning how to move with the punches, okay, Aries? So let's go ahead and see your hopes, your fears, and what you're guided to do and how to handle these things. What are their hopes for 2026, Spirit? What are these people's hopes? Your hope is to break out of a cycle. 8 of Swords. What are their fears, please? What are these Aries fears? Thank you. 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. I wonder if you fear getting too locked into routine and stability, or having that routine and stability taken away from you with the external circumstances I was talking about here. And how do you guide them to act amidst all of this? How do you want them to behave? Empress, beautiful energy. Yeah, definitely I feel like some of you are parents who I'm talking to. And you're either giving birth or you are welcoming, you're welcoming a new person into your family. You might be expanding your family. You may be somebody who's a grandparent and, you're welcoming your first grandchild. They want you to be patient and embrace the creativity of this year. This is really a year where you get to do whatever you want in terms of the potential of the year. So you get to choose. how does your life look? You know, the Empress is so creative. She's giving birth to new ideas. She has so many things on the horizon for her. She is a great parent. She's a great nurturer. She really puts herself and her needs first, as well as the needs of her babies and her ideas and her creations. So you are asked to do that. Your hopes are to break out of some kind of cycle, to God, like release yourself, relinquish yourself from feeling stuck. And the 10 of Pentacles is here. I wonder if you feel stuck by family. Like, I wonder if this year has you feeling like, even though you're expanding your family or something, there's a sense of freedom that you want to have with it. I'm not sure. Or you may feel like there is some kind of familial pattern that you want to break out of. Maybe you realize there's some people in your family, in your community, who don't have the best intentions for you, and you notice it. And that's having you restructure your family and who your community is, Aries. I'm not exactly sure. So let's see this 10 of Pentacles. Can we see more about this 10 of Pentacles and their fears? Yeah, there's the Empress again. Yeah, you can't make it up. Huh. I wonder if you fear becoming a parent. Maybe it's your first child. Maybe this is your first grandchild. Or if you're adopting, this is your first child through adoption or in general. And you're afraid of it. You're afraid of maybe being a bad parent or something like that. Being a parent that you, like your parents were, maybe. Maybe you're afraid. I'm getting the sense that you're afraid that you're going to lose yourself. King of Wands. Yeah, I do feel like you're afraid of losing yourself and your own identity through your family for some reason. Because community is here helping you and assisting you, but it's almost like you don't see that, or there's something you don't see. And that's why this Be Careful card is here, telling you, be careful. Like, there's something you don't see, and you need to be able to really see this clearly for what it is. Okay, Aries, that is all I have for you today. And I do want to just touch on, if you want to stick around for it, a little bit of the astrology of 2026. People are saying that it's going to be a massive year of change. And although I don't usually subscribe to that kind of rhetoric, I don't think every year is going to be insane and super charged with change. However, 2026, because it's a year where Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, 3 planets that rule society at large, those 3 planets are moving all into different signs. Now, for example, Neptune stays in a sign for about 14 years. Uranus stays in a sign for around 7 years. Saturn stays in a sign for around 2 to 4 years. So this is kind of a big deal that all 3 of them are moving in the exact same year. And actually, Neptune and Saturn are moving into the same sign. They're moving into Aries. So what does this all mean, basically? A lot of people are saying that this is signifying that it's going to be a year of fire, where things burn down. And that's because Neptune and Saturn are moving into Aries, a fire sign. And Aries is the very first sign in the Zodiac, the very beginning. That's you, Aries. You're like the babies of the Zodiac, the infants of the Zodiac. And people are saying that this is going to bring new beginnings, especially for you, Aries. Burning systems and institutions down and changing fundamentally the way things work, both in our personal lives and society at large. Now, Uranus was last in Gemini in World War II, and Neptune was last in Aries during the American Civil War. So people are also a little bit scared. People are a little bit nervous for this year because it may be a year where there is an outbreak of war or violence on some kind of front. I don't say these things to fearmonger, but I do want to keep people updated on the astrology for this year. So of course, if you're into astrology, cool. I hope you enjoyed this part, this little portion. But if you're not into astrology, that's perfectly okay too. Okay, so thank you so much, Aries, for joining me today. I wish you a very lovely 2026. I'll see you next time for the January 2026 tarot readings that I'll put out kind of in the beginning of the year.